Hey, pathetic pleb. Want to see what you missed? Check this shit out.
One time I was at my stepdad's house, and we were sitting down. We were watching TV. There was some Bigfoot shit on the TV.
Yeah, they always watch that shit.
And he was very stoned.
What?
And he looked at me. He said, "You know what I think Bigfoot is?" I'm like, "No, I don't. What is it, Steve?" He's like, "I think it's an alien." So I thought I'd give some. I thought we'd examine that theory. Because Steve is not the only one to believe that. So cam's off for a moment.
I think that we must turn to paraphysical or interdimensional considerations if we're going to fully understand their presence on Earth and their interactions with humans.
Mind blown.
Yeah, dude. What now?
Blown.
Checkmate, skepticism. What now, bitch?
What you gonna do, skepticism?
How now, brown cow?
Like, I don't know, dude. Bigfoot is one of those ones. My mom has got a Bigfoot story that she tells.
Oh, yeah?
From when she was little. So it goes like this. Her dad thought that the kids needed to like toughen up or whatever and learn some of the shit that he learned when he was a kid. And so he took them individually. Every once in a while, he would just like snatch one of them up and be like, "You're camping with me. Come on, let's go." And this one time it was her turn. He snatched her up and he's like, "We're going camping." And she said he drove and then found some little, way up in the mountains. And then he found some little dirt road and drove, and then kind of found a patch of like meadow that he could drive his truck out onto. And he had this truck with like a camper shell on it. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those things.
Yeah.
In the bed of a pickup. So anyway, he drove his truck out into the middle of this meadow or whatever and kind of parked near the edge of it. And he was like, "All right, we're going to camp here. Tomorrow we're going to go find some food and blah, 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 blah." And so they laid down in the back of this camper shell together. And my mom said she heard like something scraping up against the side of the camper, right? And her dad like reached over and grabbed her and he was like, "Shh, it's a bear. It's a bear. Be quiet." And so it like scraped up along the side of the camper and pushed up against the truck a little bit, made a lot of noise. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily it was making noise, but it was like rattling as it moved the thing around that they were sitting in. And they're just like laying in there trying to be quiet. And her dad just keeps saying, "It's just a bear. Don't worry about it. Smells our food. Don't worry about it." And he had his gun and shit. So, I mean, he was ready to go. But anyway, like eventually he got tired of it. And so he yelled out like something like, "Go on, get." And my mom said that she heard some kind of like yell. Wasn't like a human scream or something, but some kind of like, "Rrr." And then she heard all this commotion in the woods that they'd parked right up against. And her dad kicked the back of that fucking camper shell open with his gun. My mom's kind of behind him. And she said that like branches on the big like cypress evergreen trees that are out there, not the cypress, but the evergreen trees that are out there, like branches that were like 9 feet in the air were swaying back and forth like something had just through it, like they were like still like. So there you go.
Weird story, man.
Aliens.
So why the fuck did it hit branches that were fucking 8-9 feet off the ground?
More than likely it's your mom's memory filling in the blanks.
It was a Bigfoot, Scotty.
I think it was aliens, which are big feet.
I think it was aliens. Okay.
Is Bigfoot an extraterrestrial visitor? Some researchers think so.
Researchers, dude.
Researchers.
Leo Minster. Is it possible the creature known as Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or by any other number of different names all over the world is an interdimensional traveler?
Is it possible? Yes.
That's a theory now in play with the Bigfoot and UFO researchers, and one that played heavily into discussions at this weekend's Greater New England UFO Conference held in Leominster.
That's such a loaded question, though. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible. Is it likely?
Is it possible that a gigantic ass will descend from the sky and crush the world between its sweaty butt cheeks today? It's possible. It's highly, highly improbable, but nothing is impossible.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Impossible.
You guys are so.
I mean, yeah, I acknowledge it. Is it possible that Bigfoot is an interdimensional time traveler? Yes.
Paranormal researcher William Hall at the convention ostensibly to talk ghosts said the paranormal world as a whole is more connected than people realize, but that is beginning to change, at least from the perspective of those involved in the ground level research. Hall, who began his paranormal research with UFOs and aliens, said many of the classic signs from human encounters with otherworldly beings, whether they be ghosts, aliens, or Bigfoot, have similar signs. Be they disappearing beings, fast-moving objects, or strange lights. As a result, many are starting to think of the fields holistically, he said.
Fields?
Yeah.
This is a fucking jest, dude.
It used to be that the UFO people didn't talk to the ghost people because they were a little weird, and nobody would talk to the Bigfoot people because they were crazy, Hall said. I found out that we cannot continue to do that. In reality, quantum physics is leading us there.
No,
quantum physics, Scotty. Quantum fucking physics.
Buzzword Central. It's Buzzword Central. They do everything that people with bullshit theories do. They try to find actual valid science and then somehow make it fit their narrative.
Let me tell you something, Scotty.
Quantum physics proves
it used to be that if you went to a fucking paranormal conference and it's like the ghost people had their clique or clique, the fucking Bigfoot people had their fucking clique or clique. I don't know how you want to pronounce it. I'll say clique because I like that better.
I'll say fucking clique because I'm a goddamn American.
Yeah, everyone had their clique, man. It's like the ghost people, like those Bigfoot people, they're crazy. And the big people, like those ghost people, they're nuts.
Those ghost people don't understand what's up with fucking Bigfoot.
But now they realize because of quantum physics, that
they're all right.
Hey, wait a minute. Maybe all of our bullshit's connected. Is there lights in yours? There's lights in mine.
Together and congeals in a mass of fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
I love it.
They even share features such as disappearing beings and no evidence. So
wow,
it all fits.
That's great. All of our bullshit grifts have similar themes. It's almost as if they're all bullshit. No, the actual conclusion is it's all somehow true because quantum mechanics in physics proves it right. How?
It's so true though. Like weirdos, they like different kinds of weirdos. It's separated into different kinds of cliques that are very much the same.
But not anymore, Paul. Quantum physics has brought them all together.
Remember that Tiger King show? They were interviewing people at the beginning of it, at the very beginning, and they're like talking to people that own exotic pets. And one of the people is like, oh, yeah, the monkey people, they're usually pretty nice, but they're a little crazy. But the big cat people, man, you have to watch out for them. They're all fucking murderers and crazy. They'll do anything. They'll stab you right in the back. It's just a bunch of backstabbers over there, man.
I love it, dude. I fucking love it.
It turns out that it's at least partially true.
Yeah, it sounds like it. All right, wasn't convinced by that. Here's another article about it. Was Bigfoot placed on Earth by ancient aliens?
Oh, my God.
All of these have the same bullshit thing they do.
How about we find a Bigfoot first, and then we make this determination?
They have this loaded question that always starts these things off.
Secondary question. Could Sasquatch one day take over the world?
It's a stupid question to ask because no one's found one. So there's no good reason to believe Sasquatch even exists. So
People have been seeing Bigfoot for a long time. Perhaps thousands of years. In fact, large, hairy, ape-like creatures have been seen on every continent except Antarctica. Though most sightings seem to be in the Pacific Northwest or North America.
You know what people have also been seeing for years? Dragons.
And those turned out to be real too. Yeah, all those are real. Does Bigfoot really exist? Well, it depends on who you ask. I love that. I love it. Like it does not. Reality depends on what.
No. That's what the fuck. That just shows you how disingenuous this article is. Does Bigfoot really exist? Yes, here is evidence of his existence. No, there's no evidence to suggest that Bigfoot exists.
Since the evidence for its existence. Since the evidence
is subjective. Does Bigfoot? It depends on who you ask. That's what kind of standard is that?
Since the evidence for its existence is almost entirely anecdotal, anyone who's seen and or heard Bigfoot might say yes, while nearly all scientists, say no. Nowadays, proponents of ancient aliens claim that Bigfoot is actually a hybrid animal, maybe an intelligent one, created by beings from another star system. Is this assertion worthy of discussion? Well, let's give it a try. So I don't think we need the whole history of Bigfoot. We just need to...
You find a fucking Bigfoot. All right?
Yeah.
It's another logical leap to say that he was placed here by aliens. So you're taking a logical leap, which is Bigfoot exists.
Yes.
And you're applying yet another logical leap to it in an attempt to make it more believable. So if we even found a Bigfoot, it would be far more likely. So let's say they found one. It would be far more likely that it is just some kind of descendant of humanity, some offshoot of humanity that we didn't know still existed. That became very migratory and very small hunter-gatherer, stayed away, went to the wild places or whatever the fuck.
That's all well and good, but let's hear what the experts have to say, Paul.
There are no experts on this.
Per the Bigfoot, there's plenty. There's actually lots of them.
There can't be an expert on it.
There's plenty of experts.
Psychology of Bigfoot.
Per the Bigfoot episode of Ancient Aliens.
Hold the fucking phone. Hold the fucking phone, TJ.
Hold the phone.
Fucking Christ. It's like once you get started, you won't fucking stop for 5 fucking seconds.
Damn.
Go ahead.
It's a little salty.
Fucking Christ, TJ. You're driving me fucking nuts today. You drive me insane. It said earlier in this article that all scientists disagree.
Most scientists.
Nearly all.
Okay.
But those are not the scientists that are studying Bigfoot.
The same qualification that fucking climate change deniers try to use. The vast majority of biological scientists agree Bigfoot does not exist. And now you're going to tell me that there are experts on Bigfoot?
There's plenty of experts on Bigfoot.
Well, who the fuck are they?
Yeah, are they?
Well, I'm trying to get into that. Per the Bigfoot
enough,
episode of Ancient Aliens. This is a fucking syndicated television show, Ancient Aliens.
Oh, okay.
Various ancient astronaut proponents express theories about the origin of Bigfoot on Earth. Virtually all of them think Bigfoot is not a creature that evolved on this planet like everything else. They postulate that space people brought them here, or perhaps these ETs genetically manipulated hominids or apes, thereby creating Enkidu, the previously mentioned wild man of the Sumerian myth. Maybe an entire race of Enkidus roamed the Earth thousands of years ago.
I have more reason to believe the Star Trek origin of the universe, like basically the cosmos being seeded by a super intelligent alien race. I have more reason to believe that than this.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
It's just like, how would anyone even know this? Like, how would you get this knowledge? Like, even like religious beliefs usually have like, here's some text or something we can point to. Like, what happened? They had a big circle jerk and decided all this happened. Like,
we've never found like DNA from a Bigfoot. We've never found a dead one or the bones of a dead one. We've never captured a live one or had one documented in any real way by a scientific team with tests and fucking stringent procedures. Every time they put fucking cameras out in the woods, the worst thing that happens is a bear walks by and knocks it off the tree, and they go, "Oh, look, it's a Bigfoot."
We live in the age of like everyone has a fucking cell phone. There's tons of game cameras out there. There's so much surveillance of like
if you scroll up to the top of this article again, this picture right here is the most famous picture of Bigfoot that's ever been taken. It is clearly a dude in a rented gorilla suit walking in the fucking middle foreground of a blurry old image. This is it. This is your best evidence for Bigfoot right here. A dude in a gorilla suit from the fucking costume store walking in a blurry image.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe it'll impress you to know this article was written by a fucking pirate, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it does raise its credibility a little bit.